get when you have fabric lace from a bedskirt, broken jewelry, and reprints from old photos. You get fabric pockets to go on the inside of both of your journal covers. Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix, and I'm here to do a book page project. I have this book I ordered from Better World Books, I think it was, and it's full of these vintage prints from old photos. And so I'm going to pick 4 because there's so many in this book to choose from. But I have an idea. And so I'm going to pick 4 images to do this project with, but I will not be doing this particular project with every image in here. So usually I gut the book and make whatever I can make from it, but that won't happen this time around simply because there's so much in the book. So I don't know which 4 I'm going to pick yet, but I'm going to pick 4, and then I'll come back with all the pieces and parts, and we'll make a project. So this is the project that we're going to do tonight. I have 4 of these pieces of fabric. They're double sewn together. They got a seam down through here. I didn't want to take them apart. I'm going to use them as is. I bought at a thrift store a bed skirt, and it had this woven in the corner. So I have the corner pieces. This and these 2 are pieces off of a corner. So I have decided to make fabric pockets, and in particular I want to put them on the inside covers of a couple of journals. So these are the 3 that I've made so far. They're very similar, but slightly different. So I've made them opposite. So I have the same flower here, and you know, that sort of thing. So there's those. Oh, and I made this as almost like a giant belly band. So it's glued at the bottom and it's glued at the top, and then I have this little tiny brad that I put through the picture, but it's glued to the fabric so that the brad don't, you know, poke through. And then when I get ready to glue it to my page, I will glue, you know, on these 3 sides so that the fabric part becomes a pocket from the top, and then this can have something put in it across through here, inside of a journal cover. So what these 2 go together for one journal. So what I'm going to do is make the mirror image with this one. Okay, so this is the one that we're gonna do this time around, and so all I'm doing is I'm going to trim it down, and I have made the pictures, I want to say 3.5 inches wide, and my cutter has got here lately to where it tends to leave a little bit at the very bottom. I'm not sure exactly what to do about that. One is to remember that that's actually what it does. See here, and of course if you then use that as your guide, then you're going to be off by that tiny amount. And by the time you come around to where you begin, your rectangle will be all cockeyed. So okay, I'm having a hard time seeing underneath this little handle, so maybe it's getting time to trade this in. Okay, I want to, before I go any further, double check my measurement. to see, okay, 3 inches, not 3.5 inches. So that's good. So that's good, because that's pretty much exactly what she is. Yay. Because I don't want to mess it up, and I know that I had the length of it 4 3/4. So, alright, so that's that one. Then I'm just going to go around this with a little bit of ink. I have a few things to show you that I did a head and then realized that I shouldn't have, so I'll have to do a sample. And then to do the, I don't know what you call it, the ripple cut, I use this paper cutter for it. And this is just a piece of index card with outlines. I was going to put it on a file folder, and I just didn't like how that turned out, so I went with the index card instead. And I'm going to double check my measurement here because it's been a few minutes since I've done this. Okay, 3.5. And I just want to make sure that all my measurements are right, because I don't want to have to go and start dyeing the paper again. This, I just put some tea down and dyed it a little bit just to give it a little bit of color. And then this one is the next mark over 5 1/4. I was aiming for 5 1/4, but it turned out slightly different. Okay. Then we're going to ink these edges. It's been very cold here today and pouring the rain all day. Last week we got up to 80 degrees. And we had the doors open and the windows open. Not tonight. Okay. And so we're just going to hit this with some glue stick and make sure there's no places left undone, because that just creates an air pocket and then nothing works right. It won't stick. And then I always do my edges with a little bit of glue, because it needs to be sealed completely. See if I can pick it up without dropping it. And then I just center it, and I eyeball it to do that. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more. I guess that's about as good as it's going to get. I actually really like this project, and I'll probably will be doing a whole lot more of these with the other pictures from that book. Alright, so this is going to be the opposite of this one, so I'm going to lay it over here so I don't forget what it is I'm supposed to be doing here. like taking the lid off the glue. I'm just putting enough on this to hold it on. And I tried using fabric glue to glue the pocket to the fabric, and it didn't want to glue at all. So I'm using this just tacky glue, and it's working really well. So I don't know what that was about. Alright. And this glue, it dries completely clear. You won't be able to see it once it's done. Okay. Now, where it was sewed, I trimmed this off right here. So I want to make sure that's on the back side. So I'm just going to put it down here and kind of see where things fall. Here. And I'm going to put a hole for my little decoration about there. Then I have these tiny little brads. I have several different colors, but I like these little cream ones the best. And before I go any further, let me show you, this is the thing where I went ahead. I wanted to put some little bitty tags, but I don't have any little bitty tags, but I have a ton of these. When I used to have a whole lot of fabric, I used these to pin to my fabric to tell me my yardage and that sort of thing. So I have 2 or 3 packs of these. So what I did was I just took a pair of scissors and I cut down through this way and then cut it about 1/3 of it off, so that I ended up with that. And then I took this little stamp that I have, just a little Klieg stamp with some writing on it and some ink splotches. I didn't do the flower part, but I just used the end of it here and just put a little bit of writing on it. So that's where that came from. And then I have a bag of bulb pins here. So I need a bulb pin. And I need my little, I like this side better. I need my little hickey. This is one of my many containers of jewelry and broken pieces. And I forgot to do this one. So put that back in there. Put that out of the way. Okay, let's try this again. So I want to put that and then that and close it up. And put my little brad through, if I can hold on to it. The very first one I did gave me problems. Part of it's because I'm doing it with my left hand. Okay. Put that through the hole. And make sure it's that the little bulb pin top is, there we go. And then put out those little legs on the back. Alright, there we go. Alright, and Now, the next thing is I'm going to put a line of glue right along this bottom. When my glue decides to come out, I've got only about half a bottle. I'm using quite a bit of this glue, so I guess it's getting time to get another one. And then I just sort of line it up near the bottom, sort of, kind of. And then on this part, I'm just doing the same thing. Now here, the tops of these are not sewn together, so I'm going to be putting just a little bit of glue here so that they stick together, and then a little glue on this side to hold it in place. And the same there, and I'm going to put some there. I'm going to pull that over that way just a little bit so that this is caught, and that little bit of glue will dry right there. Okay, I'm going to give this a press. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, that didn't take very long. Now this is obviously still wet. I'll be putting a little something on this to hold it down until it's completely dry. But there we go. We have 2 sets of fabric pockets, specifically these made for the inside covers of a journal. So we have these 2 and these 2. And so I think I'll be doing some more of these. I like how these turned out, and I can use different fabrics and whatnot. I just had these, and I've picked them up and moved them probably half a dozen times over this past week, because I got them out to do something with them and then didn't. So it's like, okay, I'm using them tonight, done. So yeah, I'm happy with these. Alright, well, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you again in another week.